Hey guys, Mark from TAT the Automotive Technician. Today we're going to have a brief look at an NJ Pajero 1996 model where the air conditioner is not working. Now the customer, who's a mechanic, has already done some work on it. He's replaced the air conditioning compressor because the clutch was not working correctly, but now he can't get the thing to work. It's been properly gassed, so he's pretty sure that it's an electrical problem. He can add power right at the compressor and get the compressor to work, and the air conditioning is working fine. So let's backtrack it. We're going to start with a fuse box. Obviously that's the important thing, isn't it? So this is the fuse that we're looking at, this guy here. Not sure if you can see very well or not, but that is definitely a blown fuse. Why would the fuse blow? Well, remember he said the compressor clutch had actually worn out, so that could have drawn too much current and popped this fuse. It's a possibility. So have a look at that clutch and see when I push the relay down. I'm pushing it down now. So I know my air conditioning is working properly, that's fine, but there's another section of the air conditioner that I need to pay attention to. There's a second relay that goes in here, and that's for the air conditioner fan or the condenser fan. Now I'm not thoroughly convinced that that was working. I didn't see it working before, although I can feel it click. The fan doesn't appear to be working. One problem that we can find is when we test a relay is simply by lifting it up and down and listening for a click. Now obviously that relay's working, correct? Well, yes, that might be true. The control side of things is working, but what about our switch side of things? Is there power at the switch side of things? Let's have a look at that. The condenser fan fuse is this guy here. Number 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's 25 amps. So we should go across that fuse and check for power. That's on the other side of the fuse. Now we've got power there. That in turn should bring power to our condenser fan relay here, but I'm still not getting power through, I don't believe. I'll just double check that now that I've moved the fuse and see what's happening. So I've got nothing there, and over that side I've got nothing there as well. So I definitely don't have power coming into this little block here, the relay block, so I need to investigate. Just coming back to our wiring diagram, it's rather interesting to have a look at it. Normally you would expect like a fuse, a fusible link, a fuse, then normally you would go through a relay and then off to the motor. This guy works a little bit backwards. You can see that he's got the motor stuck in between the fuse and also the relay. So could it be that we have a faulty motor itself and therefore we're not getting power to the switch side of our relay? That's interesting, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is have a look at our motor and see if we have any continuity through it. Maybe can we power it up? And also, are those wires connected between here and here? We should have power going all the way through. That's called passive voltage because it's actually looking for a ground. As you can see, it cruises down here to find a ground. But in the meantime, if that switch is open, this will be positive on both sides of the fan motor. So I'm just going to have a look at this, the motor itself, may be the reason that I don't have power at my relay. Very interesting. Right, you can see I've got continuity here. I've got in through the wire that goes back to the relay, and of course I've just probed it there carefully, and you can see that I've got full continuity. So is the fan faulty? And yes, we're reading no resistance whatsoever. Therefore, we have a break there somewhere in the motor. So yes, that's the reason behind it. Very interesting wiring diagram set up. Just to further reinforce my theory, my hypothesis, or my diagnosis. You can see I've just bypassed it. I happen to have a fan lying around, believe it or not. So that's what I'll get you guys to keep an eye on as I turn on the air conditioner. Is that fan going to operate? Okay, there we go, we've got our fan operating now, so I know that that's the only problem that we have. And my air conditioner compressor has kicked in as well, so that's nice. Thinking about it now, it's not that unusual, it's just an earth switched relay, that's all it is. So rather than what we would normally expect for a relay to switch it on the positive side, it's actually switching it on the negative side, allowing that path to go to ground. And of course the motor's stuck in the middle, therefore we've got no continuity going through the motor down to ground. That's why it's super important to understand the wiring diagram before we go crazy with any sort of diagnosis. I almost got caught out, so hopefully you don't. This highlights the importance of understanding a wiring diagram and the testing that you carry out accordingly. It would be quite easy to get your diagnostics wrong if you didn't understand the wiring diagram and how the manufacturer had set it up. I hope this video might be helpful to you guys in the workshop, and you can apply that knowledge in the work that you do. So until we catch up with you with another TAT video in the future, this is Mark signing off. I'll catch you later.